What up, Slate? Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Outer Wilds. I am back in the game. I found an excuse to come back. So last time in the finale, I did a thing, and there was more to it. And a couple of you guys hinted that there might be more to it. Also, I have joined the crowd. I have been watching other Let's Plays non-stop since I finished. Everyone plays it differently. It is infinitely rewatchable, and it's so wonderful to see how every single person solves the mysteries in different ways. And you know, going back to day one, where you don't even know that there's a solar system out there. You're just here and talking to the Hearthians, and like, this is the game. So yeah, I planned to come back for a long time. I just wanted to wait until I had enough stuff to do, you know, before I came back. And I didn't want to make a whole episode just for the one thing on Ash Twin. By the way, this is going to spoil everything, this video. And so if you don't know Outer Wilds, if this is your first time experiencing, stop this video right now and go play the game for yourself. I absolutely recommend it. It is definitely something that you should experience for yourself. And if you really don't want to play it, then go back to episode 1 and start there. But yeah, you have been warned. So yeah, there's quite a few things that I thought of / decided to do. I have no idea what's going on with my momentum right now. I've just been pressing buttons and stuff. And so yeah, I thought of a lot of things to say. I thought of some things to do. We're gonna go back here pretty soon. Not right away though. Yeah. You know, me having a background in physics, it's quite amusing to see when other people will have no concept of inertia. Like, one guy, I'm not gonna name names, but found the deep space satellite, and he was like, oh, it's going so fast, I have to ram it to slow it down. And I'm like, what? How could you possibly think that makes sense? So one piece of dialogue that I either missed or didn't register with me is that the statue, part of the statue was used to make the ship log. So that explains why all this stuff is still here. And yes, I'm the weirdo who never read all this stuff because I just remember the important stuff, except when I don't. So yeah, that's how I roll. So another thing of note is that the characters are all named after Earth things. The Hearthians are named after types of rocks, which I guess slate is a type of rock, I know that, but the other ones I'm not familiar with. And the Nomai are named after plants, which I kind of wondered when I saw thatch and cassava, because I know that those are real-world plants, and I was curious about the others. Oh, hey, yeah, that's to be expected, but you can see ghost matter in the landing cam. So one thing I wondered about Brittle Hollow is whether the lava rocks are the same every time. I would think they are, or whether they're random. Because when other people play, they throw the scout onto the ground and the surface integrity shows different numbers. I don't know, maybe that was an update, or maybe there is an element of randomness. That would be weird. What is this? What's going on here? What's going on with this wall? Is it just shadow? Is it just that time of day? Yeah, so I would assume it would be the same every time because we're literally replaying time. But we know that there are elements of randomness with the orbital probe cannon. Now we know that's because it's fed different directions to shoot every time, but also with Slate saying different things every time. So, who knows? So something I think is funny is that as Brittle Hollow disintegrates, we get floating islands. Look at this right here, it's not connected to anything, it's just hovering right there in the air. So it begs the question, when the lava falls on this and causes it to fall, what integrity is it breaking? There's some crazy and natural anti-gravity going on here. Maybe this is... oh, this must be why the Nomai made their anti-gravity crystals here. They're harnessing the natural anti-grav of this planet. Man, this looks so dangerous coming here this late in the loop. I hope I still have time. Where are they? I don't think I made it. I don't think I made it, guys. I think I might have to come back next loop. Oh, there they are. Can I get in time? I don't think I made it. No! Damn it! I don't think it comes around again. I think I was just a couple seconds too low. Too late. Yeah, it's gone. I have to restart the loop. Darn it. What's up, Chert? So apparently we can talk to Chert about some of the... Wait, I have a question for you? Oh yeah, I found something. Yeah, so we can talk to Chert about the Nomai writing on the vessel. And as people told me, and as other people have found out in other Let's Plays, that is in fact from modern Nomai. It is from Nomai who are alive today, talking about the end of the universe. And I'm not going to talk to Chert because I'm going to let them have a nice time in for what they have left in this loop. And instead, I'm going to doze off for a good 10 minutes. Because I know it freaks Chert out, and they have an existential crisis for the rest of their life, which they do anyway, but at least we can make it a little bit less painful. Here we go. I like how I'm actually using doze off as a time passing mechanic this time. I didn't wait long enough, did I? Maybe I should have gone for 15 minutes. I wonder if the sand rises and lowers by volume or by absolute level. What I mean is, because when the sand is bigger, it's spreading out over the whole surface. So I wonder if because of that, the level rises slower when it's higher up than when it's all the way at the bottom. I wish there was a way to pass time while we were in here. Alright, the sand is stopping. It's gonna happen soon. Alright, let's watch the sun blow up from out here. There it goes. And we are inside a supernova. Alright, now I gotta get in here before I get consumed. Oh yeah! So it turns out this is actually something they added in a patch after the initial release. Because some people who played it right when it came out tried to go in and it wouldn't let them. I guess that goes to show that sometimes it's better to wait until a year or so later before playing a game. Alright, let's not unbuckle our seatbelt and then crash into a planet this time. Yeah, so I think what happened in the previous episode is that I know I crashed, and I know I've crashed at that speed before. What I think is that because I was out of my seatbelt, it slammed me around the cabin, and I took a lot more damage than I would have if I had my seatbelt on. So yeah, this time let's actually land. Actually, there is something I want to do this loop before I go back. So we will be there soon. Man, the motion in this game feels so good. It just feels good to move around. Yeah, I think it is rising faster down near the core than it does when it's near the top. I am not going to get too close to this wall because I'm afraid I'll get crushed. Sand graphics are pretty weird when you look at them like this. So flat. Ugh. Man, these Hearthians have the highest pain tolerance imaginable. I'm starting to think it's a good thing we didn't solve the time loop, because my guy has picked up some not very good habits. Alright, I'm opening up the high energy lab, and now I'm gonna go wait in increments of 2 minutes, I think. That's still pretty far down. So see, where is this in relation to the window? It is pretty much just below the window. So if the sand is near this bridge, then that means it's about to get in here. And why I'm coming over here is because there was that note about sand getting into the experiment. And so that's what I want to check out. I want to see what happens when sand gets in here. Oh, here we are. Hope I'm not too late. Dozed off for another 2 minutes. Haha, looks like I have time. Alright, the sand is coming up. And here we are. Let's see if we can see it coming. Oh yeah, we're pretty close. What's gonna happen? I gotta see. No, I think it might be coming up at the same rate as it did down below. I'm not sure. Alright, here comes the sand. This is kind of creepy. What's gonna happen? Power's here. Cores are in. It's gonna start coming out the white hole. Can I even see it? Can't see it. Come on, come on. No, nothing. Aww. Well, enjoy our duplicating sand. I have to remember where I parked my ship. So far away. No, I don't. Who needs a ship? This is what they call a shipless speed run. No, it's not. It's what they call crazy. Ow! That was a bad idea. Where is the teleport? Here it is. Please tell me I didn't miss it. I think I might be fine. I think I might have got here at the last chance. There on the globe you can see the path that I took while orbiting. Alright, moment of truth. Yeah, I'm back! Hooray! Hey. Why hello. And yes, unfortunately, I did know about this from watching other people, not from discovering it myself. But yeah, this is me. There's two of me. What's up? Whoa! What the heck happened? This is the greatest day of my life! And I didn't pay attention to what the dialogue was. Are you me from the last loop? This got weird in a hurry. Ah! I don't think I want to do this one. I gotta hurry up. The time is going. This is the greatest day of my life. Sure, two of us is great and all, but is it the greatest? What about the day we, you know, what about that one? Oh, right, that's probably still the greatest. Are you talking about the day I know, right? Today's probably the next greatest day of our life after that. Wait, can you read my mind? What other memories do you have? Think it's okay that there's two of us? Well, we're talking to each other and nothing's exploded yet. Yeah, it's a pretty novel experience. Gosson always says that means the date's going well. Do these people date? They don't have genders. Nothing's exploded yet. It seems positive. Hopefully not. Besides, an extra version of us is definitely better than if we'd created an extra anglerfish or something. That's setting the bar pretty low. We're charming and have fewer teeth. Yeah, that probably counts for something. Oh, this is so much fun. So hey, what do you think happens if you don't jump into the black hole again at this end of this loop? If I don't, where did you come from? Last loop? That's a good question. So we're thoroughly uncharted territory at this point. Unlike all the other time manipulation we've experienced. Are you being sassy? You can't sass me, you are me! This is kind of proof of the same person, though. At any rate, good talking to you, me. Incredibly strange, but good. See you around. Yep, I have to go in here. Which means I have to... Oh no, I need to get off. I spent too much time talking to myself. Please let there be time. Yes! Okay. So it turns out if you don't do that, then the universe breaks. One thing we never solved in this game is where did Dark Bramble come from? Like, is it from another solar system? Did it originate in the 5th planet? I guess we couldn't solve it here because there's just no point in solving it here because the universe is ending. But that does feel like a mystery that was kind of promised but just never explained. It's just, I guess, just one of those weird things that exists and is never explained. Another thing I wondered is, if the anglerfish are blind, then why after 200,000 years do they still have eyes? Why haven't those evolved away? There is a noticeable change when you get out of space mode and into planet mode. And that makes sense because you have to travel a lot farther distance in space than you do when you're on a planet, but you also have to be able to maneuver around a planet with the same ship that you fly through space. So they have to be not loading zones, but like zones of thrust, where your thrusters are less powerful near a planet and more powerful in space. So there's something I never found somewhere in this city. I don't know exactly where it is. I just know that the way that you get there is something that I haven't done. So I think it's not in here. It's in one of these building areas. Oh yeah, it's on the other side of this wall. I need to find a way. Wait. No. Somewhere, okay, yeah, there's a sandfall above me. Ah, yes, in here. I've never been in here. So there's a number of sandfalls here, and if my sense of direction says anything, it should be this one. But let's send out a scout. Nope, that one is cactus. So never trust my sense of direction. That one's also cactus. How about this one? That one's fine. But it didn't get us anywhere that we haven't been already. Okay, where exactly is this building? It's not here. It's farther than that. It's beyond that. Oh, I can just go back up right here. Let's try this one. This one looks like it's inside. Here we are. Alright, we got ourselves a new scroll. Let's see what it is here. Who's been computing shuttle trajectories to the sun station? Not me. Don't worry, the sun station is in such a low stellar orbit, we've constructed a different, safer way to travel there from Ash Twin. So I did see a video of somebody actually taking the ship to the sun station. And yeah, there's nowhere to land, so you gotta hop out. It's a purely theoretical exercise on my part, Yarrow. Who doesn't love computing a good low stellar orbit shuttle trajectory? Yeah. Any of you in the comments not spend your time computing low orbit shuttle trajectories? Let me know. Pi, I look forward to working with you, but I'm also relieved it will be an easy return to Ash Twin regularly. That would be Pi. I told her we wouldn't be traveling there by shuttle and that the sun station doesn't have a landing pad, but she said she knew. Good old Pi. You don't believe in time travel, but you do believe in sun travel. Yeah, this is sinking at the same speed no matter how high the sand is. I guess that's probably easier for the players. Well, easier for the math, for the programming, of course, and also presumably easier for the players to gauge how much time is left before, you know, the thing is uncovered. And also, if it were extremely slow up at the top, then that, and faster down at the bottom, that might feel like it's dragging on forever. Oh, I sorely misjudged how much time had passed. Oh, the bridge is way up here. And that tower is fully uncovered. Well, I guess I missed a chance to get into here. Hey, it's me again! So this, so when the loop ends, it is clearly me, the player's memories that get transferred back in time. This version of me just straight up dies. Like they seem pretty chill, probably because they haven't thought about it yet, but when the next loop happens, they're just dead. These memories aren't being saved. Hey me, remember leaving on our first solo trip? Yeah, that feels like ages ago. We'd have died that first time out there if the time loop didn't exist though. Isn't that weird to think about? We were disastrously unprepared for space. No, I was pretty prepared. My first death, was before I got into the ship. I'm alive for now. Maybe not. Ow. But my second death was in the supernova, so I don't think I was unprepared for space. I think I just picked up bad habits of being in a time loop and not caring. Weirder than there being two of us now? Wow, I guess I am pretty sarcastic. Anything else? What about all that other stuff? It's unsettling to think about, especially when you remember even Rybeck survived their first launch. What? Where's all the... Darn. I wanted to talk to that other dialogue. Maybe I can do this again. But for now, let's just wait until the next loop. Ah. Whoops. I destroyed the fabric of space-time. Which doesn't really make sense. Like, I get the logic of it, because what happened when I go into the black hole and my memories are sent back to me on Timber Hearth, but my body was sent back inside of Ash Twin. So the idea behind breaking the universe is, if there's two of me and I don't go into that black hole, then the version of me that came back in time had no time to come back from. It's a paradox, like going back in time and convincing myself not to go back in time. So where did you come from? The thing is, that's a very human-centric way of viewing changing time. Like, we've been changing things every single time loop. Every time loop we do different stuff. That's changing things. So if we change things and get different memories, then where did the memories of our previous loops come from? And it takes some thinking to make time travel make sense. And I personally believe that in the real universe, even if time travel does exist, it is impossible to break the universe. Because, like, it just doesn't make sense. It's like, okay, so if you don't go back in time, where did your other self come from? Well, it doesn't matter where your other self come from because they're there. The matter that makes up their body is there. So one idea is that every time you go back in time, you split the timeline so that the universe you left is still going, and now you're splitting the timeline into a new timeline. Which is kind of depressing because it means that everybody you left behind is dead in that universe or doing stuff in that universe. Like those times when I left the solar system and didn't get hit by the supernova, times when I was at the Stranger and didn't get hit by the supernova, those selves would still be there in those timelines, going off to die in space, I guess. But this game seems to be doing a different interpretation. You know, another interpretation is that if you go back in time, it's a fixed timeline idea, where all moments of time exist and are fixed, And so if you go back in time, that's the way the timeline always was. Nothing is changed because you exist in a time loop, or you did exist, or you will exist. Prepositions are weird in time travel. But it seems like this game is doing more like a Back to the Future type of thing, where there's certain things you can change, like what memories get sent back in time, and there's certain things you can't change, like the fact that memories get sent back in time. And it's like, well, why do I have memories of all the different time loops and not just the previous loop? And so the game is sort of like forcing there to be the logic of if something goes back in time, causes it to not go back in time, then the logic doesn't work, so the reality must break down. But reality doesn't work that way. But it's a game, it's fiction, so it can work however you want it to. Why am I running around on the surface? I don't know what this is, but it ain't solar power. There's no sun hitting it. Well, now there is, but there wasn't for a little while. Maybe it's not solar power, maybe it's like vacuum energy or something. So there is an idea that the vacuum of space might have an energy to it. And this comes from quantum physics, the idea that there's no such thing as true emptiness, because all particles are waves in fields in the vacuum, and everywhere that there's not a particle, the field has a value of 0. Except it doesn't have a value of exactly 0, because there's a thing called the uncertainty principle, and it's a very long story, and it's difficult to explain, but basically it's mathematically impossible for the vacuum to have a value of exactly 0, which means that there is some energy in the vacuum. And so maybe this takes that energy and uses it to power the city and the experiment. It's also thought that it might be related to dark energy, which is the unknown factor that causes the universe to expand. That is other than inertia. You know, the universe is not only expanding, but it's speeding up as it expands, which means there has to be some kind of energy in the vacuum in order to push everything apart. And we don't know if that's the same as the quantum vacuum energy. The math doesn't work out currently, but that might be what they're getting from this generator, since it's still generating power even when it's in the shadows, so it's not solar. I heard the reason why waiting takes so long is because they're still simulating the physics of the entire solar system while they're doing it. You'd think they could model it ahead of time and just have it all time-stamped, but I guess not. Oh yeah, that was smooth. Bet this is fun to watch. Oh, here comes the probe. Ah, has it ever landed on, has it ever come through right here for anyone? That would be so cool to see. I mean, it goes in every direction, right? That probe totally hit our planet. I really like that this bridge is sloped and not flat, so that it gets revealed over time. That's a really cool detail. What up, me? So we did this one last time, let's look at the rest of these now. What the heck happened? If you're me, then I'm as confused as you are. Do you think we have the same memories? Do you think it's okay if there's 2 of us? I think, didn't we ask this last time? I don't know. Good question, let's see. I remember all the time loops, including the last loop when I jumped into the black hole in here. What about you? Me too, sounds like our memories diverged at the start of this loop. Same, except I woke up at the campfire. Like always. Makes sense, one of the 2 versions of us would start at the campfire as usual. Hey, what do you think what happens if you don't jump in at the end? Guess we'll find out. I guess so. At any rate, it's been good talking to you, me. Incredibly strange, but good. See you around. Are you me from the last loop? I think so. I started this current loop by popping out of a white hole inside the Ash Twin project. I started the campfire. What do you remember from before this loop? This seems like repeat dialogue. Yep. Feels like our memories diverge at the beginning of this time loop. Makes sense to me, seeing I jumped into the black hole is definitely what created two of us. So what the Ash Twin project is doing is copying and pasting our memories. So it copies our memories and sends them to our previous bodies. So my question would be, do both versions of us get our memories sent back in time, or do only my memories get sent back in time? And I think the answer, well, there's two possibilities. If we're going by the logic that this game wants to go by, it's probably only my memories get sent back in time, and this version I'm looking at just dies. Or rather, they get rewritten so they were never here in the first place, or actually the version that I am now will split in two, and one will become this version and one will wake up at the campfire. So that's what I think the game logic is going to be. But the logic that I think of is that now that we've split the timeline, I mean, technically, I would imagine that we split the timeline every time we go back in time. But now that we have made two of us, now we have two versions of ourselves that the Ash Twin project is sending back in time. So it would like send my memories into one timeline and this guy's memories into another timeline. Surely we're the Feldspar of weird time stuff. Oh geez, Feldspar would just use the time loop to try increasingly outlandish stunts, wouldn't they? Might be a good thing they aren't aware of it. At any rate, it's been good talking to you and me. Incredibly strange, but good. See you around. Alright, and the last one? Ah! What have we done? Jumping into that black hole was a terrible idea. Yes, it was. I needed to know what would happen. Ah! I needed to know what would happen. Okay, I'm calm. Ah! Ah! I just need to get that out of the system. Ah! Okay, I'm done screaming too. Ah! 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 You okay there? I think you're okay. Alright, so I'm back here at the high energy lab because I got something else that I want to do here. Something I saw somebody else do online and accidentally discover the thing. So I'm going to show you what it is. It didn't do it. Oh, of course not. We have to. So I'm gonna show you what it is. Haha, 2 scouts! Yay! Yay, yay. Okay, let's pull it back. Okay. Alright. And we break the universe again. Why don't we meditate until the next loop? Look at our home. Home sweet home. And you know what? I think I am going to meditate until the next loop. How peaceful. So that is my laundry list of things to check out in Outer Wilds. I have another whole list for the DLC, and I'll be talking about my thoughts on the ending and possible future games. But for now, thank you very, very much for watching this special bonus episode of Outer Wilds. Let me know what else you think I should check out in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more Outer Wilds and other awesome games. I'll see you next time. Bye!